What is going on, Gpc fans out there? Welcome back to another video of mine. I'm Josh. I'm bringing you my season 2, my week 2 season 8 matchup versus Ben. And yeah, his team is literally right next to mine. So if you can see my team, we still have the same team with the Mega Mawa, Mance, Shaman, Arcanine. You can read the rest. Ben, as you can see, he has a Kyurem Black, a Jirachi, a Mega Dansey, Tornadus T, which is also a Z user, Lomomola, Jolteon, which is also a Z user, Emboar, Rotom, Audino, Tangela, Masquerain, and Krokorok. One of the few guys with a full roster, which in some cases is kind of bad because it made you disperse a lot of your points on average mons, but in his case, a lot of the Pokemon that he drafted are pretty usable. I think Krokorok is really the only one I can never ever see him bring into any week because it's pretty bad. It's not the best mon. It's his only Dark type, to be fair, but I would never bring Krokorok. But anyways, yeah, pretty scary looking team, honestly. Kyurem Black, Rachi, Diancie, Z-Torn, those 4 mons that could easily just mess with my team pretty easily. Or Kyurem Black with Earth Power, Ice Beam, just kind of shreds my team. Especially since my Palisade doesn't really have Thick Fat anymore because of Terravolt. It kind of eats that alive. Jirachi does stuff. It can be a Spadef set, Stealth Rock, Wish, Iron Head. Me and Diet Tight, shout out to him by the way. I'll link his channel in the description. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Has 2K subs. Helped me with this build pretty heavily. A lot of his sets were basically his idea. I looked into him and realistically I couldn't see myself bringing a better idea of a set and a team. So I went along with a lot of what he gave me and we went from there. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, Diet Tight, he was showing me all the threats. Choice Scarf Jirachi was a possible threat, but we expected a more bulky set. If anything, Life Orb Kyurem Black was the #1 threat against our team. Life Orb Ice Beam plus Earth Power with Fusion Bolt literally destroys my team, so it's really fun. Not to mention Mega Dansey, still a threat. It can be special, but the threat of Diamond Storm is pretty bad for mons like Slow King or Spadef Shaman, so I gotta be aware of that. And then Z-Torn, just looking at my team, with the combination of Heat Wave, Z Hurricane, and Focus Blast, I kind of get destroyed, which isn't the best thing. And then Jolteon, it can Volt Switch on a lot of my team, and if his Life Orb does a lot of damage to everything, except the Palisade, which at first wasn't in the composition that Diet Tight gave me. I believe in place was Slow King, and then I kind of realized that I needed the ground type to just at least stop Jolteon from Volt Switching literally turn 1. So I decided to go on with that idea, as you'll see. So let's just hop right into the team builder. Yeah, ignore that, whatever. Yeah, this is our Mega Mawa. It's no speed to outspeed and no speed. A Lomomola. It's a sub 3 attacks. Thought about running Swords Dance, but I needed these 3 moves realistically, so I couldn't really slap on Swords Dance. Otherwise, this would have been a pretty neat set, as you'll see. But yeah, max attack, just to optimize as much attack as we can against that Lomomola because it's stupid. Iron Head, pretty good against his team, and Sucker Punch for the stuff that it's not good against. You can't touch a couple of mons, Emboar realistically can destroy me, but I don't expect Emboar too much because I have an Arcanine. But yeah, Sucker Punch is just amazing for the Jirachi and the Jolteon if it decides to stay in on me. If they take any sort of Stuff Rock or Chip, they're put in range of my Sucker Punch, and since I'm adamant max attack, that's gonna really just punch a hole right through them. And Substitute is good for the Lomomola because if I do indeed outspeed with the speed that I do have, I can get the sub up, and Scald will fail to break my sub, and the only way he can break it is if he's Liquidation and has... I didn't actually calc Liquidation against Mawa. I'm not sure if that... It should just break a sub naturally, but I could be wrong, dead wrong. After Intimidate though, I definitely would live a physical Liquidation. So yeah, Mega Mawa is just meant to punch the walls that he does have, because this is great for Audino as well if he decides to bring it, Tangela as well. So this mon is meant to do what it's gonna do, and that's just break apart his wall core that he does have. But mons like Life Orb Kyurem Black just straight up OHKO me, to be honest, so that's kind of bad. So we gotta keep that in mind. Anyways, this is kind of the heat set. This is the Rosalie Berry. It's literally my favorite thing to name in the entire game. Rosalie Berry, Rosalie Berry. Literally, it's so many good ways to pronounce it, and it's so cool to say. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty interesting set for Salamence. I don't actually remember having Stone Edge. Does this get Stone Edge? What the heck did I have Stone Edge for? I didn't even realize I had it. No, this is Dragon Dance. I'm pretty sure. What is it? Is it not? Whatever. What the heck did I have Stone Edge on here for? What the heck? Like, whatever. I didn't even know this was on there. That's how useless of a move this was. But whatever. We have Claw, Earthquake, and Draco Meteor. And Draco Meteor is for the Kieran Black because Dragon Claw really bounces off Kieran Black. But Draco Meteor with this amount of special attack destroys Kieran Black after any chip. After one round of Life Orb, Draco Meteor destroys Kieran Black, which is pretty good. And I still get the Moxie boost, which is, you know, benefits me with my Claw and Earthquake coverage, and Stone Edge too. So yeah, no, this is a pretty good set. And the thing is that this kind of really depends on the Diantic clicking Moonblast and not Diamond Storm, which, spoilers, I did watch his team builder and he did have Diamond Storm, and you'll see that when he comes in on me, he wasn't actually like intimidated. I don't have Intimidate to begin with, but you know what I mean. So he could have easily just destroyed me that way. But yeah, fun stuff. Anyways, next is the Paloswine. Just a Spadef set, enough attack to do damage, max HP. With Toxic Shard, Stealth Rock, and Earthquake. Stealth Rock for rocks, Earthquake, Ice Shard for the Torrenti. I wanted Icicle Crash, but I couldn't fit it. And Toxic for the stuff that could be annoying, like the Alomomola, like the Audino, like the Tangela, because like Ice Shard's gonna do 0 to it, so I can always stay in. And with this amount of Spadef, I did become a reasonable switch into Torn, and this is my only switch into Torn, so I'll keep that in mind throughout the game. And then we have our Assault Vest Shaman. This was a straight up original idea by Diatite. I really like this set. It's a pretty great switch in for Jolteon. If this were to die, this would basically be my next switch in. Like, Life Orb Signal Beam does 0, HP Ice does even less, and then the rest of its coverage is just going to bounce off me, which is pretty fantastic. And Giga Drain for the Alomomola, Gleam for coverage, and yeah, the rest is for coverage, Earth Power for Jirachi. No, we go from there. Anyways, next is the Aselgor. HP Steel lead for Diancie, yeah. Troll, Hidden Power, Maxed Special Attack, Aselgor lead. We've seen this once, twice, maybe more, but it's still a pretty good set nonetheless. Bug Buzz plus HP Steel hits the team pretty hard. I kind of wish I had Focus Blast in here for the Kieran Black, but it was okay. But T-Spikes and Spikes are the main things. Like, Hazards are pretty good against his team, which is why I wanted to pack Rocks and the possible Spikes coverage. And he doesn't have a great way of removing the Hazards because his 2 ways, I believe, are Torn, and I think he has one more user. He listed it himself. Let me see. Masquerade probably gets Defog, but that's not, yeah. Yeah, he has Magic Bounce on Diancie and Defog on Torrenti, if I'm not mistaken. And Defog on Rotom, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so yeah, his hazards are pretty good. I didn't see a need for Unburden, because I outspeed everything. Sticky Hold wasn't really necessary, so yeah, whatever. And ability didn't matter. So yeah, pretty straightforward set. And lastly is the Rocky Helmet Arcanine. This is my switching for Jirachi. Didn't need any speed, realistically. Yeah, Thunderfang. I wanted to change it to Toxic, but Thunderfang I felt like was reasonable enough because if I get the T-Spikes up, I don't need Toxic, and Thunderfang will do a decent amount of damage. So yeah, it's always nice. Close combat is for the Kieran Black. For some reason, I am able to hit it. I can do some good damage. And Flare Bliss is just good for the rest of his team. Morning Sun for longevity. And then yeah, it's, you know, just a pretty good overall set. But yeah, I really like the team, and I really felt like we could do well. So yeah, we're just gonna go right hop into the game. I would pause this normally, but I think I can remember for the most part what I wanted to do. So I decided to leave with my Aselgor here, as you'll see. But you can see he basically brought like his top 6 mons, all of his threats. Like, but literally, wait, let me see his team. Kieran Black drafted Magdancy Tornal. Yeah, he literally brought the first 6 mons that he drafted, which is like, that sums up his team in a nutshell, because these mons are just stupid, broken. I hate dealing with these mons, especially this fat pink fucker. But yeah, it's annoying team. I'm going to leave the Aselgor, even if he leads with the Torn. I have Sash, so say he burned a Z move for some reason, or just clicks Hurricane, I'll live no matter what. As long as there's no confusion hacks, it'll be all good. If he leads Jolteon, I'll still get up my hazards. If he goes Torn, we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave with the Aselgor. And he does indeed lead with the Tornado. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so Tornado isn't showing up on the screen. Well, let's pretend there's a big flying bird there. So yeah, I just click T-Spikes because I want him up. He does click U-turn, so I don't actually go down straight to my Sash. I'm still gonna have a decent amount of damage. I mean HP, so I can take hits from, I guess, the Alomomola, because I'm not going to be at 1%, so that's nice. So he goes into this. I don't have U-turn, otherwise I would have clicked it there, because I don't think he's Scarf. Clicks U-turn, and he takes some Rocky Helmet Chip, which is pretty nice. Then he's going to go right back into the Torn. I'm just going to go to my Paloswine. I know he's going to click Defog, but you know what? I can't really risk my Arcanine's HP. Here comes his Z-move, all-out pummeling. He said that if I was not the spread I would have absolutely gotten destroyed. But Spread Paloswine's going to eat that like a freaking champion. And this is the funny part. He still misses a Focus Blast despite me having the Defog boost evasion. And that's just honestly kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, that's a 94% accurate Focus Blast coming my way, and I still died. So Paloswine, I don't know if he's just a god or Torn's just trash, but yeah. I'm going to click Ice Shard again, but he does realize that he needs to preserve the HP on that. So I'm just going to click Ice Shard again, do 8% to the Jirachi, but any chip matters because as you'll see, he's going to take even more Rocky Helmet chip, and he's going to be taking Stealth Rock in the next turn. So he's already going to be under half, which is like the best thing for this Jirachi because it puts it in range of my Mon's moves like Earth Power from the Shaman and Sucker Punch from the Mawile too, I guess. Earthquake from the Salamence too is another important part. But yeah, goes into the Tornadus, and I know he's clicking Defog. I know he's not going to just attack and click Hurricane because these Stealth Rocks are really annoying for his team. It's annoying for this Mon standing on the field. It's annoying for the Kieran Black. And he doesn't want the rest of his team getting chipped, especially since Jirachi is already pretty low. So I know he's clicking Defog. My Max Attack Flare Blitz. This is going to like absolutely send this thing walking out of the park. So yeah, let's pretend I'm able to do a dink edit, which I'm not going to be able to. And I put the Judge in the home run or something. But yeah, that's basically what happened to that Torn. Anyways, this is going to be a pretty interesting play. I 100% expected him to click his Mega Evolution button because that 100% prevents hazards from going up most likely, and not to mention that he just gets more special attack that way. But he does reveal Calm Mind here, and I'm going to explain this play a little bit, why it would sort of make sense for him. Like, I'm never going to stand there. If I had Iron Head and clicked it, that would have been pretty funny, but I was never going to stand there anyways. I had to go into my Shaman to my dedicated switch in if he's not Diamond Storm, which he is, but he doesn't click it, thank goodness. So it's an interesting consideration why he doesn't Mega, because I think non-Mega-ing and Calm Mind was still a pretty great play while giving you the benefit of Magic Bounce. And he even explained that he doesn't know why he didn't Mega, since Magic Bounce would have been amazing for the later turns, as you'll see with the Sulgor. But yeah, I go straight into my Shaman, and he doesn't actually stay in here, which I thought was interesting because I realistically would not do much to him, and Moonblast, if I was not Assault Vest, would do nothing. Since I'm Assault Vest, I would fail to get to a killed, but I'm pretty sure I could get would have done 0. But he swaps, goes instead of Jirachi. It's gonna go right back into my Arcanine. I don't care if he really predicts that. I could have clicked Double Giga, which I was this. You can't see my hand, but I was this close to clicking Double Giga, but it wasn't worth the risk. Like, why would I do that? So he's gonna click Wish. I'm gonna click Earth Power because I know I'm not gonna kill, but I want to see what the spread is. But that does absolutely nothing. So I understand now that this is a really wacky set because this is like max HP Assault Vest damage. Like, but he's also doing enough attack to my Arcanine to be max attack. So this was really giving me like a bunch of question marks during the game. I didn't know what the set was. Like at this point, I 100% realized that Salamence outsped this. It's not going to be a speed type, which is pretty cool. So if I put him in range of max attack, well, near max attack Earthquake, that'd be pretty. That means he's out of here. So that'd be nice. Anyways, he goes to his Arcanine. I'm gonna sack my Paloswine. I'm not gonna get Rocks up this game, but realistically, it would have only been good for this Mon, and he's already in range of the Draco Meteor, as you'll see with that Life Orb. So now I'm gonna get my T-Spikes up, and this is why Mega-ing with the Dansey would have been good. Not that I think he would have hard swapped into the Dansey anyways on the Sulgor. I could Focus Blast, he's to a kill and he dies. So I don't know if he would have done that if he was Mega'd, but since he's not, this 100% gives me the priority to set up my T-Spikes. And T-Spikes are going to be good for chipping out the Jolteon if he's Life Orb, plus poison damage will do a lot of damage over time. Good for the Dansey because Giga plus the poison, even if he's +1, will probably definitely 2 KO him, which is fantastic. And Alomomola, if it's poison, my Mawile could probably beat it down with like just Thunder Punch, constantly hitting him. Even if he does burn me, I will still do a pretty good chunk of damage with the poison. So this is why the T-Spikes at this point are just an amazing overall play. And I stack my Sulgor. So now this thing is 100% in range of the Draco Meteor. I'm just gonna click it, and he absolutely gets out of. He gets absolutely knocked out of the park, and he couldn't really stay. He couldn't switch because the rest of his team, if I were to click DD and click Flying Z and the Olomomola would win. Like, this would straight up win. That would win 4-0 right now. But that's why he couldn't switch. So yeah, Kieran Black is out of the park. He's gonna now go into the dance, and this is when the lure happens. This is exactly what this set is made for. Rosalie Berry is meant to take a Moonblast from this thing. Diamond Sword would 100% kill me because I checked this video. He isn't invested, but he's naive, so it's not like he's minus attack. And so Diancie still has like 358 attack at that point. So I'd probably die. There's no way I was living. But he does click the Moonblast, and Rosalie Berry, I just nom. And then yeah, critical hit just for the extra salt in the wound. But yeah, this is just this couldn't have worked out any better. And during the game, I was wondering why he didn't just go into Jolteon and click HP Ice. I was in range of it 100%. Like, I died from full. I died from full like 100%, and I don't understand why he didn't make that play. And then I found out he was HP Steel on the Jolteon for my Paloswine, which, let me tell you, would have done absolutely nothing anyways. So it was kind of interesting to see that. I would have packed HP Ice myself, or just Toxic for the Paloswine if you're not worried about it. Just my opinion. But anyways, he goes into the Jolteon now. I want to preserve differential because if all goes well, I can actually win 1-0. I mean 4-0, and that'd put me at a +1 differential. And since I lost to Bob 3-0 last week, I kind of want to go back to +1 differential because that would just be pretty sweet and satisfying after a pretty tough loss, which I felt like I could have won if I made the right plays, but that's a different story. Anyways, yeah, Life Orb Volt Switch does 12.6%, which is funny. I'm going to go right back into my Arcanine. Literally no reasons, just not make these plays. Unless he fucking crits me, which he does. And, oh, okay, well, let me just monologue about that crit. So yeah, what that crit basically does is that I don't win 4-0 guaranteed because I can't really switch in on that Jirachi. And with that being so low, I would have been able to click Morning Sun on the Jirachi pretty easily. If he had not crit me, because this would have done nothing. I'm max HP, and he was -1. And he's not a boosting item, he was an adamant. I don't think he was adamant. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. Might have been for all I know, actually. But this would have still done 0. I would have been able to most likely just force him to switch Morning Sun. This would have been Toxic. I could just honestly click Thunderfang against her, just go hard Shaman, and just go from there. But at this point, I gotta sack this. I'm just gonna click for Flare Blitz. I know he's gonna go into the 1-1 most likely because he can't risk me outspeeding him because he's not any speed on the Alomomola. I mean, on the Jirachi. So if I had any speed on my Arcanine, let's say I had like 44, I would definitely outspeed him. So yeah, I couldn't risk that. Now I'm gonna go to my Mawile, and I find out he's faster. I watched the Team Builder, and he actually has about 16 speed IVs on this thing, which is retarded, but he actually had it. And luckily, I make I don't get burned, and that's gonna make my life good. Because you'll see from this damage, I still would have done a fucking shit ton to it. But let me see, watch. Yeah, see, I would have done still 29% plus poison. That's like 35% each turn, so it would have been pretty hard for him to actually continue to whittle me down. Anyways, I click Iron Head, 39%. That does a shit ton considering that's a resist. Now I'm gonna click the Sucker Punch, and yeah, it goes pretty low. And this turn, this is a funny story. So Daniel was with me. My younger brother, who's 12 years old, doesn't know a damn thing about competitive Pokemon, right? He was next to me, and I already clicked the Iron Head, and because I thought he was gonna switch, I didn't think he was gonna stay in here because you could still technically try to wish pass into this thing. It's kind of hard, but you could. And I thought he was gonna switch, so I clicked Iron Head, and then Daniel was looking at the screen. He was like, "Why wouldn't you just click Sucker Punch? It's gonna die to it, and he's gonna outspeed you." So I was like, you know what? I don't lose much from clicking Sucker Punch, but if you swap, I get a lot more initiative if you were to go into like Jolteon or something, and I clicked Iron Head. But you know, I listened to his words. I clicked Sucker Punch, and it actually does work out. So that I was about 2 seconds away from not clicking Sucker Punch there, and if he would have crit me with Iron Head or something, I would have died, which would have sucked. But anyways, he goes into his Jolteon, and he's dead to Sucker Punch plus Life Orb if he stays in, so he's gonna make the only play he can. As he goes into a Alomomola, and I go into Shaman, and that's pretty much a good game. And I'm going to say in the chat, and he did comment on this in the video, I probably look like an absolute bitch, but I didn't mean to. The reason why I said GG was because I really wanted to win this game, and I was so happy when I realized that that double onto the Shaman and yours into the Alomomola basically sealed up the win. I couldn't help but say GG early. It wasn't me being cocky, I swear. I didn't mean that upon you. I was just excited. So I was so happy to finally say good game, knowing I did win this game, because winning in the GPC is honestly the most satisfying feeling you could possibly ever feel. For those who are watching who are in the GPC, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you've won before. Anyways, Earth Power does nothing because I'm not invested. So as long as I don't get parried, I will be able to get the kill with Shaman, as he actually does get one parry, but not the double parry, which would have just been funny. So yeah, I killed the Jirachi and the Jolteon, and I do win 3-0. Could have won 4-0, but he did crit my Arcanine, unfortunately. There's a lot of crits in this game. A lot of them were pretty useless, but that was the only one that kind of mattered. Just a differential, of course. But either way, GG to Shiny Sableye, aka Ben. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. I was watching his video. Besides the fact that his computer's a dinosaur, most likely because it was slow as fuck. But I've been there before. Before I had this job, I was using pretty trash computers too. But now that I have this this beauty, and I have a little Turtwig sticker on the bottom too for like good luck in my games and such. And when I'm doing anything on this computer, I just look down at it. It's so cute. If I could, I would show you, but I can't do so. It's impossible. So anyway, that's it for me. I'll be recording my week 3 game soon because I play Matt like today, I'm pretty sure. So that'll be fun when I do play him. So yeah, that week 3 game, it should be up by Sunday because I do have Sunday off. Finally, thank God. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's all for me. And also, I don't know how to use OBS well. So the dimensions, I don't know how to make them to where I can just cut off the bottom and the top to avoid seeing links in my applications. But yeah, so just if you don't like that, just bear with it. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point, so that's all for me. And I'll be seeing you next week in my next video. So au revoir.